Good morning to you. I'm Danilo Evangelista, and welcome to our morning update for Sunday, October 26, 2025, on Hurricane Melissa, which continues to rapidly intensify this morning. It is now up to Category 4 intensity, and it is probably going to continue to intensify from here on out. Let's start off with a satellite imagery picture of how Melissa is doing this morning, and man, does it look quite impressive. It's got that classic, major hurricane look. Its eye is now cleared, and it has a increasingly organizing CDO here, and definitely quite a bit of convective activity surrounding the eye and the eye wall. It just has that look of an intensifying storm, and it's pretty much intensified as quickly as I said it would. Again, now up to Category 4 intensity. And let me actually just show you the latest information from the National Hurricane Center this morning. As of the 8 o'clock advisory, maximum sustained winds at 140 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure of 952 millibars, located at 16.3 north and 76.4 west. And it is moving west at 5 miles per hour. So this is now mid-range Category 4, and it's probably going to intensify once again even more from here on out. Here's what recon has found this morning. They obviously did find a pressure with the drop sonde at 953 millibars, and I probably, we'll see the pressure drop a little bit more from here on out. And it looks like they just did a northeast to southwest pass just recently. So they did two passes into the storm so far. I think usually these recon missions, when they're doing, hurricanes like Melissa, they usually go in for a total of four passes. So we're probably going to get another pass in the next hour or so. And I'll be interested to see if the pressure drops any further. And looking at the latest recon observations, not just from the map of where the plane is going, but the actual data, it looks like the pressure is still dropping. And I think the latest center pass did find an extrapolated pressure actually in the upper 940s. And then obviously we found flight level winds as high as nearly 125 knots. So I guess it all comes down and comes together to support Category 4 intensity like we're seeing this morning. And you can actually see from the earlier pass compared to the latest center pass here, you can see the flight level winds increasing. And it's, again, only going to get stronger from here on out. And looking at the radar imagery of Melissa coming out of the Jamaica radar as well, just gives all the more indication that this is a very, very potent storm. Look at the eye appearance on the radar. Very clear, very round, and obviously you can see the very strong radar returns in the eye wall here. And that's where we're obviously going to see the strongest winds. You would think sometimes people get wrong or get the idea wrong in a hurricane that the strongest winds, for instance, in this case right now, or at least for right now, 140 miles per hour, that those winds are going to be found throughout the entire system. But obviously, that is not the case. We usually only find the strongest major hurricane force winds right in the eye wall, which is obviously the ring of precipitation that directly surrounds the eye. And then you could obviously see on the radar returns where the strongest parts of the eye wall is. And as typical, it tends to be on the eastern side of the storm. And that is where we kind of see it right now. And probably within that area is where we are seeing the 140 mile per hour winds. And once again, probably increasing. And also to point out, we are starting to see the outer bands now make their way onshore in the island of Jamaica, and these outer bands probably producing some gusty winds. Not sure if it's yet tropical storm force, although I'm pretty sure as the day goes on and we start getting more of these outer bands to come on shore in Jamaica, the winds will progressively get stronger and stronger and stronger, and then probably by tonight and definitely by tomorrow, the island, we will probably start seeing tropical storm force winds in the island of Jamaica. So today is your last day to get all of your plans ready. If you have not, rushed everything that you could to completion yet, today is the last day to be able to do so, before it's going to be time to batten down the hatches. And a point to that, a very interesting messaging that the National Hurricane Center put out on their key messages here. And they put it out last night, but they've kept it on the 5 a.m. Key message graphic that they do, especially for strong storms like Melissa here. And the number one key message, it's very ominous. It reads, "Jamaica, seek shelter now. Damaging winds and heavy rainfall today and on Monday will cause catastrophic and life-threatening flash flooding with numerous landslides before the strongest winds arrive Monday night and Tuesday morning. Extensive infrastructural damage, long-duration power and communication outages, and isolation of communities are expected. Life-threatening storm surge is likely along portions of the southern coast Monday night and Tuesday morning." And they also have points for other countries as well, like Haiti, Dominican Republic, and they also have a point as well for Eastern Cuba. And obviously, we're going to be talking more about those places, especially Cuba, in the coming days, once especially we get Melissa out of the way from Jamaica. But Cuba will be the next target after this storm hits Jamaica. But want to bring you back really quickly to this interesting point here. Life-threatening storm surge is likely along portions of the southern coast Monday night and Tuesday, and that is something I will be going a little bit more in depth later today. And yes, that does mean that we're going to have much more updates throughout the day today. Obviously, wanted to give you a quick update this morning on how Melissa is doing so far. Obviously, it is a rapidly intensifying storm. Once again, now up to Category 4 intensity, but it's probably going to get even stronger from here. Again, this is still expected to become a Category 5. I would not be surprised if it does so by later today. But of course, we will see. And regardless of intensity, though, whether this is a Cat 4 or a Cat 5, if you're in Jamaica, please rush your preparations to completion as soon as possible. If you could still get out of the island, use today to do so, although I'm pretty sure that a lot of flights are probably going to start being canceled by today. So other than that, if you don't have any other options, batten down the hatches, literally, as the National Hurricane Center says in the key messages, seek shelter immediately, because this is going to be a very, very devastating storm. But again, we will continue to have updates throughout the day today. Obviously, we have our, we're doing this one now. Probably going to do one around noon or 1 o'clock today, so please make sure to stay tuned for that. And if you want to stay tuned for all of the updates we're going to have throughout the day today, if you haven't already done so, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you found it informative, which I hope you did, and also to make sure to follow me on Twitter too, because I'll be posting updates on there as well. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back with more later.